How Bizarre is intended for mature, open-minded audiences only. If you are easily offended, we suggest you turn this wacky shit straight off.
He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. He sings the songs that remind him of the... Remember, this was a source of a bit of an argument we had here. And Christopher won in the end. He always wins in the end, that Christopher F. Hart. But I was just listening to it.
Ago.
I interviewed, I was hanging out with Dambert No Bacon from Chumbawamba a couple days ago. I don't know if I told you or not. We hadn't announced it online. We still haven't announced it, actually. But Dambert is joining us for our Radar Dames Halloween, or not Halloween, New Year's Eve show.
I was nice. He's gonna jump on it.
He's done some burlesque in the past, so he's going to do like a burlesque number, and then we'll probably end the show with something a little bit special. You know, something that will make, because I know a lot of people only know Chumbawamba from the big song, as they call it. We can't do the full production, but I got something planned, and he agreed to it, and I was kind of a little hesitant to ask him about it. It's no bigs, but but man, that wasn't one of his songs. That was Dunstan's song. He wrote and was the lead singer for a lot of Chumbawamba stuff, but not that one. But yeah, I was just hanging out with him and interviewing him for the Comet magazine. He just got back from a tour, and I was asking him about all that stuff, and it was a good chance to let everybody know that he's going to be joining us for New Year's Eve. And I've been listening to a lot of Chumbawamba lately. And but I'm telling you, man, Dambert No Bacon's first solo album, his first full solo album in 2007, I believe, is called The Library Book of the World. Fucking incredible album. I highly recommend it. It's kind of punk, kind of country, kind of folk, kind of Balkan. It's just, he's such a clever songwriter. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even think I could tell you what his voice sounded like. If he's not the, he takes a whiskey drink guy. I don't know. I hate to say it.
No, he's not that. That's not the voice. But he's got a very distinct voice in a funny way. He's, Chumbawamba, a lot of people only, especially in the U.S., they only know it as this one-hit wonder, really. But they weren't even really a one-hit wonder in the U.S. They had another hit that did pretty well after Tub Thumping, but
what was it? Well, I have no idea.
What's it? It's like it's the one that's right after it on the album. I can't remember. It wasn't nearly. I mean, listen, you have radio hits, and you have
Tub Thumping was everywhere.
Tub Thumping is one of those like out of the fucking stratosphere level hits, and it will. And they were, at the time that came out, they were a anarchist, sort of acoustic, anti-folk, but / rock punk band for 10 years, 10 plus years. So I was kind of hesitant to even talk to him about that stuff. But I feel like he's never been resentful of it. Of course, it's an overshadowing thing, but... I think they appreciate it more. And he was just in England, and the band broke up, I guess technically in 2012, somewhere along that line. But they were all kind of together for an interview over in England. So of course it's firing up all the, you guys going to get back together, But probably not going to happen. They feel pretty confident that they left it on a good note, and they don't want to be a nostalgia tour. And that's basically the offers that they're getting right now. But it's interesting to hear his stories, man. Fucker's got stories.
He's still got to be getting fat residuals out of that, right? Like
I've asked him. He's definitely not like up in a mansion somewhere, but it's definitely paying some bills. Yeah.
Good.
But there were like 10 fucking people in Chumbawamba, and then by the time the record company gets its cut and all that, and you're talking 30 years later now, so 20 some years later. So
I'd hate to see him get knocked down. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if he did, I think he'd get back up again.
Fair enough.
If they ever remember the Weeble Wobbles? That might have been before your time, but remember them when you knocked them down. But like, if they ever bring those back, or maybe they're still here, it would be a good campaign.
It would be. He takes a whiskey drink.
Oh man, some nights we wish we were Weeble Wobble.
Yeah, I've done some weebling and wobbling myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
man.
it's always
been a bit
surreal.
since we. It's been a bit since we chatted.
Yeah,
I
it has
think.
been.
No.
Tonight will be our annual Tomfoodery show. I always love bringing a bunch of wacky food shit for the Tomfoodery. It might be the only. It's looking to be the only episode we get out for November, but yeah, we do
Be
what we
thankful.
can.
Happy holidays, guys.
Yeah, be thankful.
Woo!
Yeah, it's been about a month. Snowing lightly outside. There's crashes ahoy on the scanner. Actually,
That's ridiculous. What's going on over
I might
there?
not have muted my scanner, although I haven't heard it, so I must have. There's like a crash every 15 minutes. It's not. There's no snow on the ground here, but I guess in the foothills, a little bit above, and the passes are pretty gnarly. So it's always that first snow.
I was like, do people just forget over there? I mean, oh
I
my
think
God.
so.
Okay.
It is.
I guess it is almost December.
It is kind of easy to forget. You got to like work back up to it after 9 months of no snow or ice. Suddenly you get out there and you just
or moisture.
kind of want to drive like you drive, and you're like, oh yeah, there's different rules, and really just takes the first couple of times, but you'll be back at it again. Before we get on to the food stuff, though, I don't think we've talked about, and at this point, God, it's been a month, but after all the news and all the craziness of the Travis Decker case, he was, his remains were officially found up in them thar woods. Like, something like a half a mile or a mile from the murder scene. And it's just like, we haven't talked about that.
It was just like a cross. There was like a ridge or something, right? Like he was just like a cross, like
what, like
a ridge,
everyone
like half a mile
suspected
away
at first. It was just like he walked up. No one. They haven't released how he died. I'm suspecting a bullet hole in the skull. I think a lot of us thought, well, after you do, for any of you that don't know, listening and you're not local, although this was a national story, a dude here.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, terrible fucking story. He killed his 3 daughters, strangled them out in the woods. He was supposed to have them for, I guess, the weekend of split custody, and he picked them up from his ex-wife's and took them up to the woods and killed them. And then he was just gone. And then there are always all these sightings all over the place, or all these obviously false sightings, and all these not conspiracy theories, just theories. I mean, we didn't know anything was fair at that point because we didn't know. And, he had searched going to Canada, and everyone was like, oh no, he's throwing him off. No, he went into Mexico, or he did have some military training. And so there was all these theories. It was an interesting situation where you could believe just about anything because of that training. He could have survived out there, and this is the middle of summer. It's not like now where he'd be freezing up there. But as it turns out, I mean, the way that his remains were described, it seems like he had been gone for a while. And it had only been a few months since the murder. So I'm guessing that he probably took his own life not long after the crime. Maybe he wandered off somewhere, and who knows. But I think it's interesting that we haven't heard anything about the cause of death. Although there's so much going on in the news right now that maybe it.
But it's kind of wild, though, right? Like how close he was to the site of the murders that they found him, and like, they were looking for him that whole time. Like
FBI,
what the fuck, right?
Detectives, dogs, drones, constant helicopters, military up there searching for months. And they didn't find this guy like right over the little knoll from where this happened.
Well,
yeah,
okay, so here's the thing, like, you know how those little stories about like him, like, oh, I think I saw him by North Bend, or I saw him over here, or I saw him over there. Like, do you think maybe he was like wandering around in the fucking wilderness, and then maybe he just ended up back?
That seems unlikely to me, but I mean, it's possible. You mean like in some sort of pilgrimage back to the scene, like he couldn't escape the guilt or something, and he walked back, or you just got lost? What
or he just didn't know where he was going, or
I don't see getting all the way to North Bend though. I mean, there were pretty credible sightings of him in Idaho, and a lot of that did make sense.
It's just wild though that they wouldn't find him like half a mile away, just across the ridge.
It's weird.
Like, what the fuck?
It's weird.
And what was different where they did find him? Like,
and a lot of people aren't buying it. Yeah. They flew a drone. One of many, many drones. They flew a drone over, and then they saw a T-shirt. And as they got the drone closer to the T-shirt, they confirmed that it was. I think I may be wrong about they were absolutely able to confirm that it was one of Travis's shirts. I don't know if it was the shirt. There's the ring cam footage of when he went to pick the girls up for that last time. I think it might have been the shirt that he was wearing that day, and that the drone found it on the side of the hill, and then they went and searched and found whatever remains were left. And if he had died a couple of months prior to that, then obviously the animals probably would have got to him, because the girls were found almost immediately after the killings, but he wasn't. So anything could have got to him out there in Dimnar woods. But I don't know. I got a feeling when we do find out, it'll probably be a hole in the head situation. That's what makes the most sense. And I think a lot of us kind of felt like that was.
They have to find the skull first.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they have. I don't know what they found. They've been very.
All they got is like a foot and something else.
I wonder why they haven't released it yet. Like, it's been a couple months, hasn't it, or at least a month?
Feels like it's been over a month. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like,
I am too.
Is there? Yeah.
Well, maybe, like I said, God knows there's a lot on the news these days. Let me. Travis, Decker, Cause. Maybe we missed something.
You gotta understand up in Leavenworth. You got bear, you got cougar.
Oh, there's everything up there.
All types of small rodents. From squirrels to badgers, to beavers. I mean, especially where they're up. Because there's water. There's water. There's water up there. In that
you don't want to fuck with the beaver.
I've seen those cougars and beavers.
Well, I'm just saying, dude, what happens is when somebody dies out there, even in a hunting accident or something like that, what happens is they die, but the animals they basically just radish them apart,
Nature
they'll take a leg,
finds a way.
Nature,
dude, a fucking bear could take a fucking leg and take it 10 miles down the river, little smaller animals could grab something and drag it, a mile the other way.
It's one thing when we've had Paul on the show to talk about Bigfoot, a lot of people are like, well, why haven't we found a body? It's like, I've spent my whole life out in the fucking woods, and I have never come across like a full skeleton of any animal.
Right.
Try finding
bones here and there. And when I do find bones, it tends to be like a horse. Like somebody shot there. I got a couple of skulls that have bullet holes in them I found out in the woods. Anything that's a bit more manageable, they get dragged all over the place, and then a bear will gnaw on a bone kind of like a dog. So will a cougar. So who knows what could have been done there? So what's interesting here is that the only thing that's popping up, and this was late September when he was found, mid to late September, and every headline from every website I'm going to says that the official announcement was the cause of death may never be known, because whatever remains they have. So I think Lau might be right. It doesn't sound like they even have a skull. I mean, maybe they have a skull and they don't have enough. If there's no hole in the skull, then you still got to find other things to show you. You can only learn so much from bones. It doesn't tell you everything. It could have died of exposure, even on a September night.
It doesn't take that long to even bleed out, dude. If you really wanted to, I mean, it wouldn't take.
That's
forever.
True. Could have been a cut. Could have been. Who knows what the method? I mean, even if he did take himself out, it might not necessarily have been with a gun.
You only have so much blood in your body, dude. It's like not a lot. It's not what
you
would think.
Prove it. I feel like I've got an endless supply.
But he did. Remember a few years ago when I was in the hospital?
You almost did prove it.
Mm-hmm. It was like three transplants.
I told you, Ron.
This is not the right way to prove me wrong.
It sounds like 8 quarts. Your body holds like 8 quarts of blood. That's about it. It's not a lot.
It doesn't sound like that much, does it?
No.
Because think about dropping like a quart of milk. It's like, whoa, there's one gone. And if you lost a quart of blood, like, you'd be feeling it. Like, that's a shit ton of blood. But all told, if that's true, that's kind of creepy deepy. Anywho,
I wanted to share something with you guys. We haven't had a chance to talk since I got back from our trip.
Oh,
sure.
I went to the Sphere and I watched Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's right.
And it was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I had like moderate expectations, and it far surpassed it. I You walk into that fucking thing, and I mean, I spent the first 20 minutes of that movie looking at Auntie M's rafters, like going, how did they? This is incredible.
Yeah. Well, it's
Like
got to be
it's just
AI.
so.
I'm assuming a lot of that.
Yes, they used a lot of AI to and I didn't even fucking care. Like it
I
was a
wouldn't either.
good use
I
of
mean,
AI.
you know what you're getting into there.
Yeah, and so it was really fascinating. I can't wait to go back for a concert. It's so if you are going to Vegas, go to the fucking Sphere and check it out. It was cool. It was really neat.
Well, I'm surprised you only went in with moderate expectations. Every little handheld
I don't
iPhone
know.
video I've seen of the Sphere blows my fucking mind. Just looking at
Everything
it.
just sucks. Everything just sucks lately. So I got moderate expectations for everything.
Well, I guess that's the way to go into anything, but
You're jaded.
it looks.
But I will say this:
It looks
Jaded.
intense.
in the
Can you imagine LSD in that
thing?
thing?
Oh,
You'd probably
God.
die. It'd probably be a terrible
Could you
mistake.
imagine watching? Could you imagine watching Pink Floyd The Wall?
Like here, I got one video clip
3D,
while
like ah.
Yeah, all
I
around
got
you.
one clip while I was in there, and just to give you an idea what it's really like when you fucking walk into that place. Well, I can find it. But anyways, I wanted to say I also kind of fucking fell in love with tiki bars. They are
Oh yeah.
the
They're the
best
best.
places. But we found a tiki bar before we went to the Sphere, and I got loaded. Probably why I like the Sphere so much. But I went to another tiki bar in LA because I went to LA right after we were in Vegas for work, and I found this tiki bar on my last night there.
Which one did you go to?
What'd you
Was
say?
it Golden Tiki? Frankie's?
It
Where'd you
was
go
called
and-
Tiki.
Golden Tiki, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or no, it might have been called Tiki Lay or something. It was very small. It seated like 25 people.
Oh, no.
But I walk in and what the fuck are these? Oh, I'm in LA still here. I'm trying to get this Sphere video to you. Anyways, I walk in and I sit down at this table. There's like one table left in the whole place. And these four guys walk in, they're looking around for a place to sit, and they're like 60 plus, silver hair, leather and tiki shirts. And I'm like, oh man. And they look down and they're like, hey, can we sit with you? Would you mind? I was like, nah, man, take the seats. And we just sit down. And it's real clear pretty quick they're musicians. And we get to chatting, and they're so fucking nice and so fucking cool. And finally, I'm like, well, what's your guys' band's name? And they're like, well, I asked them what kind of music they played first. They're in town to play a Halloween show at the Whiskey Go-Go. Like some, and I'm like, well, that's fucking cool, man. It sounds like you guys are pretty big. And he goes, we used to be in the 80s and 90s. They were a band called Deadbolt, classified as zombie rockabilly.
Oh yeah, I know those guys.
okay, yeah,
I know those guys.
That sounds
Yeah.
familiar to me too.
They were fucking cool as shit, man. Oh, it was so cool. I've chatted with them for 2 hours till I was slurring, and I was like, I gotta go now. Me go now.
Me go now. Deadbolt Band, an American rock band from San Diego, fusing rockabilly and surf. God, that I know that name, Deadbolt.
Yeah, no, they've
this
been
all
around,
sounds
yeah.
familiar. Creepy World, Shrunken Head, Headhunter Records. I was a big fan of anything that came off that label for a while. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was fucking
That's
cool.
cool as
And
shit.
it was a really fun night.
Did you tell them about a certain band called the Bloody Oranges? You heard of
I
that?
should've.
Sounds like a tiki drink, actually.
They actually they only reunited to play the show, so like it was kind of interesting. They were all coming from different parts of the country and shit, meeting up at the tiki bar.
Dude, if you're playing the whiskey, dude, you're doing it right, man. Cause
Yeah,
it's
on Halloween too. I mean, come
Buddy.
on.
Legendary.
yeah, no.
It's a small room. It's a surprisingly small room, the whiskey, but
I've
it
never
is
been
a
inside.
fucking famous room. You
I
would,
sent you all a video
it's
from-
kind of like walking into the El Corazon. Like it's not like this big venue. It might even be. God, it feels smaller than the El Corazon,
Whoa.
honestly, but I could be wrong. All right, let's see this. Christopher's
That's a
experience.
trip.
I only filmed it for a second because I didn't want to be rude. It's like it's so overwhelming when you walk in.
God damn, it's so fucking high.
Uh-huh.
That has
And
to
that doesn't
fuck
even
with
do
your
it
head.
justice. It does, because it's like 200 feet above you, but you look up and they've got the perspective as the rafters are right there. And that's, I was like, oh my God, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It was neat. Go.
Yeah, I don't hate AI in those kinds of situations because One, it's the Wizard of Oz, and these kinds of things are a bit more like going on a ride.
Yeah.
Not that
And
it's still not taking work away from graphic designers and animators and stuff like that, but it probably never would happen if they had to pay a lot of people to do that for these kinds of pop-up things. And I remember seeing a couple of clips, and I could just tell that some of the stuff happening way in the peripheral vision was like, oh, that's clearly AI, like non-playable character movements and stuff. It's like, whatever. It's filling the empty space. But
exactly. And for the most part, it did great. There was one scene where I was like, oh my fucking god, the only one, and it was during the right before she's follow the yellow brick road and leaving the Munchkin land or whatever, right? There's a scene where Glinda's like talking to Dorothy, and there's munchkins all around them, and they're all watching them intently, and then they had to extend the munchkins out further to the left and to the right, and they got real lazy because the munchkins are just like staring off into space and smiling awkwardly.
I think that's what I saw. I saw something like that. It's like, okay, those are NPCs.
Yeah, the other one, exactly. The only one where it's like, ooh, that's not good.
What was the most amazing scene? I would imagine the Twister scene could be a lot of fun, but what was
it was the Twister scene, and they hit you with that so early, you know. The Twister scene, and it's not just because they have these massive fans that are really blowing shit, but they're also like, it starts off and leaves are circulating a lot throughout, like little paper leaves they cut out, and you can snatch them right out of the air. They're not like, they're fluttering, but they're not. It's hard to explain, but they're snatchable, you know, if you're quick.
Snatchable.
But so that was fucking cool. But like, it was crazy, and it got crazier and crazier, the wind and the way the seats vibrate and move a little bit as the tornado, you know, hits the house and stuff. It was great. It really did make you jump when it goes to black, and then, you know, you wake up in Oz or whatever.
Yeah.
The other scene that I thought, and everyone's probably ever seen this, but they drop apples out of the sky, little foam apples.
I have seen that, yeah.
And they drop like 200 or 300 of them, and you know they're foam, so they basically float down. You barely feel them as they bonk you, but they're the full size of an apple, and they have Wizard of Oz on it. All right, I'm gonna fucking spoil something here in hopes that. Wait, can you please blurb her last name? No, I fucked up.
Edit her last name.
But
Sure.
She's my work wife, and all she wanted was one of those fucking apples. And when she went the month before, she took Brandon, bonked him in the head. He wasn't able to get it.
and she immediately divorced
devastated. Him. And they sell them on like eBay for like $150. Like they're a collector's item.
Oh wow.
So I went and I did my research, and I was like, I gotta get this fucking apple for Leandra. And she knows I'm going. So I'm like waiting, and the hatches open up above me, and I'm just looking up, and you can see like 200 feet up, like 10 hatch open up like battleship doors, you know, like straight above you.
Hunger Games
and
shit.
I start, and like probably 10 seconds before the scene starts, I see these apples start floating down because they float slowly, you know. And I'm like, oh, here we go, and I'm slapping Ember. I'm like, look, up, here they come. We gotta get one. And they fall like everywhere but us.
Oh no.
And I'm like, God damn it. And I look over, and the guys in the sound booth had a collection of a few they caught, and they were kind of looking around. I just put my hands up, and they threw it over. And I would have at least carried the shit out of a kid to get that for Leandra, though, I gotta be honest.
Absolutely. $150. I'm surprised they all aren't diving for him.
So
maybe they were.
So I saved it for her Christmas present because I'm putting her in like a little Christmas basket.
Yeah.
So, but I had to lie to her, and she hates fucking liars. So I'm gonna have to be like, I'm sorry, I lied.
Oh, it'll be interesting to see which wins out. It's like, I have a present for you, but you can only have it if you forgive me for the lie. That was the agreement.
Lie. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, it was cool though.
Well,
highly recommend.
One thing I was thinking, like the thing about looking up and hatches releasing things, that did remind me of the Hunger Games. But I think that might be kind of a fun movie to play there, because you could utilize like the boundaries of the world. Like you go against the fence, and occasionally you see like the edge of the world. That could be fun.
Great example. You know what they're speculating is coming next? Star Wars.
I was just gonna say it's got to be Star Wars.
Wouldn't that be
that one? I
something
think it would be interesting to see how you respond to the AI aspects of that, because you might be more offended.
Probably George Lucas's, you know, what he would call his magnum opus Star Wars, the one that's up there now. I don't know.
Which one? Like
Phantom?
A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
It'd have to be A New Hope, right? I mean, come on.
I would think so, but God
something
knows.
classic.
Star Wars is not.
But-
Star Wars is a whole fucking world unto itself now.
That.
Well, who knows? It could be maybe they could make something specifically for it, but
Yeah.
I would watch a Star Wars thing there. 100%. Can you imagine just being out in space? Just that feeling of just like stars all around you and like those slow movements, and then there's Tatooine, and that could be pretty
imagine just
fucking
being
incredible.
in the trash compactor and being able to see all fucking around you and shit, and just like, oh my god, we're dying.
dumping garbage on you for $150 a pop on eBay.
Yeah.
Wait, this is literally just our garbage. We threw it away on the way in, you're dumping it back on us like, suckers.
Apparently they got a
half full Pepsis and shit.
apparently they got a lot of good
Poetic.
new technology of, you know, how like, you know, I don't know, say 10, 20 years ago, everybody had LED lights in their bedrooms and what, like now they have these little globes that you could like interchange like the lenses in them, and they'll project either on the ceiling or on
It's
the
fucking
wall.
cool. We have one of those. They're like it looks like ocean waves and with galaxies.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
Shit.
It's crazy.
I
what
seen
they do.
one.
Yeah. Had a
I
nice
seen
spray.
one that was so fucking cool, dude. What it did is it just illuminated outside of a wall, right? So your window wall. But what it did was it made it look like you were in a castle, and to see through these giant 6-foot windows that were all stone arches, you could see down. It looked like you were on the top of like Leavenworth and it was snowing, you know, just up in these mountain areas, and it's all fictitious. It's all just an illusion, but it looks real. I mean, it's just amazing. It's really cool shit they got out now.
What is
And
real?
they're just projectors. Yeah, they're just
What
little
could
projectors.
possibly be real? Well, should we get on to some tomfoodery chat here?
I think it's about time.
You know, I'd like to bring all sorts of wacky food facts, and occasionally I might repeat myself, but I bet most of you don't know if I do. So I'm just going to go through some of these. Some of them are quick, some of them are a little more involved, some of them are creepy. We got some sexy stuff, and we got some downright truly disturbing things. And a lot of this, I feel like I should have known. I'm curious if you guys know. I'm going to quiz you on a little bit of this. Not quiz, just see if you know it before I tell you. First of all, I did not know
Put a
that
J in front of that.
honey apparently never spoils. Did you know that? Archaeologists have eaten, not just found, eaten 3,000-year-old honey.
Oh yeah.
That was gross.
Well, they said you could smear ancient Egyptian goo on toast right now if you wanted, because it actually had consistency.
like
it
hard
wasn't
candy.
completely calcified or that's not the word, solidified. There was still some goo
Crystallized?
to it. I was like, how the fuck is that possible? How the fuck? Because I feel like I've left honey
Maybe
on my
heat,
counter
maybe
for
heat
like
to it.
4 months, and it gets, you know, when you get those little bears, and by the time it gets down to the last quarter inch, it just kind of turns to a sugar crisp.
Well, I could be talking out of my ass here, but I believe that a lot of the honey that we get in the grocery store is not fully actually honey. You know what I'm saying?
How so?
I think you're right.
And that's probably why. I think there's like some processes that are done to certain like mass, market
for real pure
brands that make
Yeah.
it not actually, and that's why it does some of the weird shit that it does. But I don't know. I could just be making that up. I could be drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you're
That's good. Yeah,
You're
let's go
right.
there.
Well, I know a beekeeper that makes his own honey, and his shit's like just the bee's knees, if you would like to
Man, real local, like wildflower.
I would like to say that.
say. I would
Is
like
that
to
where it
say
comes
that.
from?
It's bee's knees.
So it says, no, not all supermarket honey is real, as some products are adulterated, well, to the surprise of nobody, with ingredients like corn syrup, sugar syrup, and other sweeteners. Many supermarket honeys are also heavily processed, which removes pollen and beneficial nutrients. While some supermarket honeys may be authentic, its authenticity can be uncertain. So yeah, just buy
there you
local.
go.
Get your local honey. It's so much better.
It's the same with olive oil, apparently, where it's like a lot of the shit that you buy in the grocery store is not actually olive oil.
Yeah, well, I was just what is that? I was just reading something about that. What's the deal with that? I can't remember.
I think it is one of those things where actual olive oil, is more difficult to produce than some of this other shit. So like they will either adulterate it with different kinds of oil, like grapeseed oil or avocado. You know what I mean? They'll put other shit in there and call it olive oil, and it's where it's like, oh, if it's only a certain percentage of olive oil, we can call it olive oil. But it's like, I don't.
Yeah, well, all I know is more and more I have found some of the olive oil that I buy right off the shelf, and like not the cheap stuff. It just tastes rancid, like right out of the fucking bottle. It's just like, this tastes like stale. Like the flavor of this is stale. But really good olive oil is so rich, and you can taste the olive in it. You can tell, yeah. It's delicious. Like just a little bit of that and some balsamic vinegar and bread all day long, son. But something's going on with the olive oil industry. Yeah, I was just reading about that. Yeah,
I was gonna say with the honey,
big olive.
My friends, honey, you always want to get local, because if you have any type of allergies, those bees that are locally, they will actually help with your allergens.
Pollen.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it's in the pollen still.
It stands to make sense. Yep. It's kind of like a flu shot.
Well,
it's like a little bit of the devil that bit you.
Yeah, you get an immunity to it, and it doesn't affect you as bad. So when you have, allergy seasons aren't as bad. So you go, and I think every place has its own honey.
Science,
folks. Honey everywhere. It's so much better. Yeah, and support local when you can.
Every town around here I know has their own honey, guy that makes their own honey. So,
did you guys know the history of the sandwich?
Yeah, is it a
Earl of Sandwich?
What? Say that again, John Mark.
The Earl of Sandwich.
Okay, so both of you and Chris knew at least elements of the story. I had to have heard it somewhere along the line, but it was, in fact, both a gambling story and of the Earl of Sandwich. It was created by a man who wouldn't leave the gambling table, apparently, John Montague, the fourth Earl of Sandwich. It sounds made up, and I guess it would looking backward, but he refused to get up during a 24-hour card game. So he asked the establishment to prepare something easy that he can hold with one hand. He's just like, just put some meat between some bread. And he could eat without playing. Obviously, meat and bread had gone together before the 1700s, but this by most accounts. And I double checked it, because sometimes when I research and I see something that's like, oh, that's gold, I'm going to drop that in there. It's like, wait a minute. The Earl of Sandwich? Like, that sounds too good to be true. It was, in fact, the Earl of Sandwich. And by most accounts, this was where it took off. The sandwich took off. So, yeah, well, either I didn't know that ever, which is probably likely, or I completely forgot it. But
I'm pretty sure you knew that, and you just had too many whiskeys and forgot about it.
The Earl of Sandwich would have lived somewhere rent free in my noggin. I love sandwiches. By the way, have you guys been? One of my favorite things on TikTok now is just getting lost in all these recipes. I love watching cooking shows. And so many people are getting so slick with their little homemade cooking shows, like the edits and the lighting and the sound and all that stuff, the kind of ASMR-y stuff. It's like, shit looks pretty slick now. And so it's fun to watch, and just like little 3-minute, not even that long recipes. But there's all these crazes, these fads that are coming and going. And one of them right now is the chopped sandwich fad. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's like basically take any of your favorite sandwiches, like deli sandwiches, and instead of building it sliced in layers like a lasagna or a typical sandwich, I guess, you build it all like on a cutting board, sans the bread, and then you put it all on, your salt, your sauces, your mayo, your oils, you mix it all up, and then you just chop it all to hell. Basically turn a salad. It's like everything kind of ends up being the sort of consistency of tuna salad or chicken salad. It's sort of the idea. But you can do it with any sandwich. So this is the craze right now, and I've seen so many fucking amazing looking chopped sandwiches. Shredded lettuce is the final thing. You chop it all up, and then you scoop it on your toasted bread as you normally would. Anywho, I advise you to give it a
God, you're
try.
making me hungry.
That's the whole point of the Tomfoodery. Don't worry, I'll make you sick again in a little bit, and then maybe hungry again.
Balance me out, baby.
It's the Tomfoodery show, and I'm going to post this tomorrow, so people will have it as they're driving. I always like to have the Tomfoodery episode, so people can listen to it while they're driving over the hill to Grandma's house.
Driving to Grandma's.
Eat Grandma's dry turkey. Not a euphemism. Next, another history that I should have known: tater chips. Apparently, potato chips were born out of spite. Like so many good things. So many good things come from spite. But in 1853...
Just like this podcast.
In 1853, New York City, he was half Native American, half black. A chef by the name of George Crumb, of all names. He sliced some potatoes extra thin to punish one of his demanding diners who kept sending back the fries back then, which were, not the string fries that we all know and love today, but more like thick chips, JoJo's kind of thing. But he was
right,
like
JoJo's, yeah.
He was like mocking him for, or he was trying to punish him. I was like, here's your fucking French fries, you motherfucker. So he cut them just super thin, fried them up, and the guy got them on the plate. And he's like, what the fuck is this? Takes a couple bites and he's like, and others wanted to try, and they took it right off his plate and was like, oh, we got something here. Now, this history is debated to some degree, and like the sandwich, but it wasn't necessarily the first time that someone had thinly sliced potatoes and fried them like that. But by all accounts, this was when the craze started. So imagine a life before potato chips. I mean, this is the mid 1800s. I tend to dig up old 78 records, and I have all these cassettes that are compilations of old radio recordings, like old time radio. This time of year, I just kind of I love putting that shit in. It's like a crackling fireplace in the background. It just has this cozy vibe to it. I love it. But the other day I was listening to something from the 30s or 40s. And it just occurred to me, like, the food commercials were just so simple. It was like canned things were such a novelty. And the idea of, things like Spam and lunch meat, like, it was new. Like this particle meat, if you will. Other things like ground up and just put into a can and sliced up and ready-made. These things were sort of novelties, and it's just wild watching it kind of go through time because it was just so simple. And then when we had freezers, because freezers weren't always the thing, then frozen foods could be invented, and they started playing around with that, and it was a big deal. Like the TV dinners were a big deal when they came out. I was like, Swanson turkey TV dinner. Thanksgiving is already done. Just have the missus put it in the oven. And they're all so sexist, of course, because it wasn't sexist back then. That was just the fucking way of the world. It's like the guy comes home from work. Honey, I'm hungry. Where's my TV dinner? Fucking hilarious, though. But it's crazy how limited food options were. Like, even in mid-century America, and even looking back on, when I was a kid, the options that we had then, which seemed limitless to some degree, compared to what we have now in even small towns, is crazy. Like, you were lucky to have a McDonald's, and if you had a McDonald's, maybe you had a Burger King and an A&W root beer hamburger station, and then like a local drive-through place. But now it's just like every town has everything. Anywho, back to it. Mushrooms, this kind of freaks me out. Mushrooms breathe oxygen similar to animals. And much like trees, I've read this about trees, they communicate via electrical signals.
There's some science that they pulled for The Last of Us for this, for sure, then.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you not seen that show?
No.
The Last of Us?
Is it all done? Is it just an ongoing thing?
No, I mean, we're a ways off from the next season, though, and there's 2 seasons out, and it's a good watch, man.
You should watch it.
It's on my list. It is on my list. Anywho, it's like they have their own sort of nervous system, and it's all connected. Have you seen studies about the way trees communicate with each other?
Yes.
Man, that is that is haunting to me for some reason. It's like, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
you would shit then The Last of Us, man. Like I said, this is like a direct part of the story.
Yeah. Well, I'll check
Sorry
it
to
out
keep
then.
interrupting you.
No, that's all right. I didn't know.
Everything is connected.
Everything is connected. Well, anything with roots, anything that grows in the ground, which is interesting. We'll be talking more about the ground in a bit. Now, we have talked about how modern bananas, I think Christopher brought this to one of his trivias or just as a random story, but how modern bananas supposedly taste nothing like the original banana. I don't know if this is like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, not that long ago. Apparently, carrots were never orange. They were originally, guess what color?
Yellow.
It's a good guess.
I don't know.
Anyone else?
Green.
Oh, you don't want a green carrot.
Blue.
It was, in fact, purple.
Wow.
And, there still are purple carrots, but I think those have to be sort of modified. But at one point, orange were the ones that they were later bred, I think, by the Dutch. I didn't write that part down, but I found that strange. It was purple. For some reason,
I'd like to see.
the Dutch were like, orange carrots are for peasants. Or, I mean, purple. So they went to the more, and then orange just took. It's weird that we can fuck with shit like that and then just color
They
it.
were probably easier to grow in the certain climates because all that stuff is just traded, all over the world.
But what
they just end
difference
up,
would the color make
somewhere.
as far as how well it grows?
Just it's a different breed of different food. It's just it was somewhere else in the world that just got traveled to different places, and then boom, look at that.
Could be.
Beautiful thing about the trade.
I don't know if you all.
It's all GMO, it's like whatever you consider GMO. It's like people have been genetically modifying crops and things for thousands of years. And like the corn we have now is not the corn that people were eating or dealing with like hundreds or thousands of years ago, same with the bananas.
I wonder if
You don't even
anything
have to go
is.
that far
Apples
back. You go
certainly
back
aren't.
10 years, a decade ago. They're not the same.
Well, look
In
what
fact,
we've
they
done with
GMO'd
just
those,
apples over the last like 30,
seedless-
40 years.
Yeah.
Remember back in the 80s and 70s and stuff, you get a pack of seeds for like tomatoes, and you just buy a pack of seeds and then you'd grow them, and then you'd take the seeds from whatever you grew and then grew next year. The GMOs, they made them where they were seedless, so basically now you've got a pack of seeds that you grow, and then you're done with it annually. You have to go buy another pack of seeds every year, and they did that on purpose.
Well, you can still do that. I've planted tomatoes the last several years, and a lot of them
It's just not tomatoes in general.
They're just
all
they're,
types of stuff.
what I'm saying is they're just volunteering, and they just come up, and it's like shit that I didn't plant for like a year or two. It's just growing.
Volunteer fruit.
In my parents' backyard, dude, they have fucking onions, dude, that grow out in the backyard. And that's back over
Couldn't
40
get too
years
many of
ago. There used to
those.
be a garden there. The garden's not there anymore. Now it's a yard.
I've never seen onions
It's
grow
still-
back. That's interesting.
Still sprouting up little tiny fucking onions.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts.
There's another one I didn't know anything about, but I'm not huge on figs. Do y'all like figs? Or fig Newtons or anything?
I
figs?
do.
With a certain winged creature that
It
might.
does. You guys
be
knew,
inside.
you knew this
No,
too?
Yeah, we've talked about this on this podcast.
Well, that makes sense that I'd forgotten.
I used to hate, like when I was younger, like fig Newtons. I fucking hated them. Strawberry Newtons or raspberry or whatever the fuck. Yeah, cool. I could fuck
Ooh,
with those, but like
strawberry,
the
yeah.
figs, I just, for whatever reason, I had a thing in my mind like I hate figs. Just recently,
About the figs?
in the last couple months, I've started like buying, like whenever, like when like fresh figs were available, I'd buy them and we just slice them up and put them in yogurt and stuff. And it's like so fucking good. Love them. I love figs.
Are they kind of like dates? Like, I don't know if I've seen a
No.
full fig.
No, they're not. They
Full
they look
fig.
like a little kind of like a little
Defaulted to
tiny
full figure gals.
they look like a little tiny pear, right? And they can be either black or golden
Oh,
or
yeah,
kind
kinda
of
looks like an
greenish
onion.
or whatever. And you slice them up, and they have this weird like texture inside. They're like kind of like
was so wrong about what a fig was.
They're kind of creamy, but they have a bunch of seeds in it. But they're
It's
like
an
little tiny
onion
seeds.
pomegranate
It
looking
tastes
thing.
like a fig Newton. It's like that's what a fig, like the same, you know.
They
like
taste
inside of a
better.
I know what
taste
they
better
taste
than a
like.
fig.
I
I mean,
just-
yes, but it's a similar taste, and it's fresh. It's like, you know,
It's
straight
good.
from the
They're
deep.
good.
Well,
They're
let's
good.
finish the tale because you guys obviously know it, and I apparently learned it and forgot it. But they are pollinated by wasps that die inside the fruit.
Yeah.
So you end up eating the soft remnants of a bug corpse. Something that's another thing I felt like I should have hung on to. Although
Well,
Fig
you know,
Newtons aren't that,
you
is
know
it?
that King Gizzard song, "Big Fig Wasp."
well, now
Well, there you go. Like,
knowing's half the battle. Yeah, I can't believe I've never looked up a fig. My entire life, I just imagine, it's something like a big date. This is a fruit I've never seen before in my life. They're kind of purple. It looks like a red onion before you cut into it. And then when you cut into it, it kind of looks like a pomegranate. Fucking bizarre. Huh. Anywho, so John Mark, you get oh wow, the zoom in on there is really alien-y. You get these fresh and then put them in your yogurt.
yeah, you just slice them up and you so what I do is like, okay, so I have a very specific brand of yogurt that I like. It's Zoe. I think it's Zoe, ZOI. It's like Greek yogurt, and I get like the honey version because it's like lightly sweetened, and it's not too. You know what I mean?
It's kind of vanilla, a little kiss of vanilla.
Yeah, exactly. No vanilla. Just like a slight like hint of honey.
Work with
sweetness.
me here, John Mark. I'm imagining a little
kiss
of vanilla.
Okay, a little kiss of vanilla.
Okay.
And then you slice up some figs in there, and then like pour like a couple tablespoons full of grape nuts, and then just
baby.
and then just a sprinkling of mixed nuts, and just stir that shit all together.
Yeah.
Say it again, but slower.
A sprinkling of mixed nuts.
Sprinkling of mixed nuts.
And
It
then
does sound pretty
stir
good.
it
I
all
miss
together.
yogurt. I can't have
Yeah,
dairy,
baby.
but I
And then it's like
went through
you
a
got
big
the
yogurt phase.
creaminess. You got the creaminess of the yogurt,
Yeah.
and like also a different creaminess of the fig, which has a little crunchiness in it.
yeah.
And then the crunchiness of the grape nuts, and then the separate crunchiness and saltiness of the nuts. Holy shit!
And the spirituality of eating a dead wasp.
I have
That's
never
breakfast,
heard
baby.
John Mark so passionate about anything.
It's like, mwah. Well, I
This
gotta
is
go
the
make
Tom-
some yogurt.
Hey, this is the Tomfoodery episode, is it not?
That is, and you
Well played, sir.
You just
well
took us
fucking
there.
played.
You, I haven't
there's,
been that
there's my
jealous
recipe.
about yogurt.
There's one of my recipes, but I could have another one. So just never,
All right, well, we'll hold you to that. Let's get back to a couple more of these. I want to know if you guys can guess what well-known fruit was once called love apples, and they were forbidden in 16th century France. What used to be called love apples? You know this, John?
I'm gonna take a guess then. I don't. If you know, I just want to guess. Is it a pear?
No, that's a good guess, though. The pear was controversial in France at one point because it looked too much like a buxom lady, a big-bootied lady.
Is it a cherry?
It is not a cherry. John Mark?
love apple.
Oh, I thought he knew.
Oh, I thought you said that, too.
Well, that's the thing is like I do know, but like I can't pull it out of my fucking.
Well, that's not
So
fair.
you don't know.
I know.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know.
So when Ron says it, I'm gonna go, oh shit, yeah, that was the thing. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
So you don't know.
I fucking know, Chris.
well, the name came from the French term palme d'Amour, I suppose, which translates to apple of love, likely because of the belief that tomatoes had aphrodisiac qualities, or possibly as a corruption of the Italian or Spanish names for the fruit. Love apples, and they were actually banned because at one point they were thought to be, by the church, of course, church and state at that point, one and the same, to be of the devil because they made you randy. Plenty of foods that I came across when I was researching from
They made
different
just
sources.
spaghetti and pizza.
A spaghetti. The love apple. Everybody. Okay, on another one that I want you to guess. About how old, let's go around the horn here. How old can clams live to be? John Mark, say you.
50.
50 years? Okay. Chris?
Oh, man. I'm going to say 30 years.
30 years. And Lyle?
I'm gonna go 20.
Actual retail price over 500 years.
No way.
Mm-hmm. I confirmed it. It's another one that sounds like bullshit. It's like, I don't want to get an email in a week saying they live to be about 12. Now, it doesn't happen often, but they can and have proven to be that old, if not older. 500. I had looked it up. I Googled, what was going on 500 years ago? Well, Leonardo da Vinci was doodling wieners in his notebook. That was about 500 years ago.
And there was a clam just hanging out.
There could be a clam alive today that was alive when he started doodling wieners. Can you imagine if they found that in the pearl? Because don't the pearls get bigger the bigger the clams?
I think they just I don't know.
Because the clams get huge.
You'd think so.
But maybe they don't grow past a certain point. It's just like, how would you know between a 5-year-old and a 500-year-old? I couldn't fucking believe that. Nothing should live. I know tortoises and
100 years, 200 years, something like that.
Yeah, they're like, but 500 fucking years?
That's crazy.
Christ lived 4 clams ago.
I think
prove me wrong.
Lobsters can live to be 100 plus years too. Yeah.
Let's look it up. Ow. Burning myself with my cigar. How old can lobsters live?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. The first response: are lobsters immortal? The male European lobsters live 30 years old and females to 50, with few exceptions. One particularly long. Yeah, it looks like they have been able to live up to 100 years. It looks like
crazy.
Bowhead
Can we
whales.
just chomp that shit down? You never know.
Yeah, that's what's wild. Is like you could be eating something that.
Twice as old as you.
Let's see what the average clam. So clams have a wide range of lifespans depending on the species, from just 1 year to over 500 years. That is a fucking range, man. So naturally, you could die like one species. That is quite the span. Quite the life. I can't speak. The lifespan spread. 1 year to 500 years. For example, it says a common northern quahog clam can live 12 to 20 years, sometimes up to 40 years, while a species of freshwater mussel duck clam can live up to 300 years. The record for the longest lived was 507-year-old clam named Ming. I wonder if they ate Ming.
How do they even figure that? How do they even figure that shit out? Like,
I don't know.
This clam. How old is this?
It's got to be an estimate.
You know how they leave like rings on a tree? It's probably like how tasty it is going down after they just slurp it.
Oh man, I feel bad. I just ate half a fucking millennium.
Oh man, that was 400-year-old. Anyway, next.
Yeah. Oh boy, I got to keep moving along here. We got lots to get through.
Do they have like rings in their shells or something, or it's like,
who the fuck knows? I think like so much. It's all we got theories and we got people that make the theories, and at some point, maybe we hone those theories to some degree. Science is kind of bullshit in a lot of ways, and then we fuck about until we get to some consistencies, and that's kind of the going science until we're proven otherwise. But who knows?
Human
it's a good
existence,
question.
Right?
Let me just see if I can find it. How do we know
how old the clam is?
How to tell what states are legal to fucking a 2-year-old clam? How to tell age of clam at autofilled. It's like this guy's interested in clam shit.
You just landed on a fucking list for
that's
sure,
his
bro.
Tuesday. You can tell a clam's age by counting the annual growth rings. It's a fucking...
There you go.
Holy
Rings
shit.
in a clam.
Well, that seems pretty legit then, as a science.
Yeah.
I mean, if that computes with trees, then you can tell a 10-year-old clam, and you can prove that in a laboratory. Interesting. We learned way too much about clams. Or did we?
Did we, though?
Yeah. Okay, well, moving on. Now, here's a strange tale. The noble who tried to live on air. Now, there's something familiar about this phenomenon. Do you guys ever remember talking about the breatharians?
No.
It's a real thing.
That's my least favorite house in Game of Thrones. I hated them.
The
Fuck the breatharians. Always breathing on you. They should have died at the Red Wedding. Spoilers. That didn't happen.
Spoiler.
But it's usually nuns or self-proclaimed holy people claiming that they live or are able to live off of nothing but air. What is that called? Eucharist or something like that? I don't remember. There's a word for that, which is bullshit, I guess. But one 17th century figure, Anna Monaro, gained fame for allegedly glowing at night. This is the part that I remember. I feel like this has come up. Maybe I just heard it on Art Bell. But there was this phenomenon, the illuminated woman. And the theory was while eating nothing but heavenly breath. In other words, she just prayed all day, lived off of the Lord's fresh heavenly breath. And that was the only thing that sustained her. And she became known as the illuminated woman because some people claimed that she actually would glow at night while it was this spiritual thing, some sort of meditative state, some sort of completely pure, completely clean from even the distraction of necessities like food. But doctors at the time didn't believe her, so they camped under her bed at night to check for hidden food and monitored to see if she was sneaking any treats. But instead, according to all reports, what they captured was what they called a supernatural fragrance coming off of her body. And as it turns out, the fragrance was the fragrance.
Go on about the fragrance.
The fragrance. Let me tell you about the fragrance, gang.
Can you tell us about the fragrance?
Guys, this is crazy. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to this. This is crazy. No, you have absolutely every right to call me out on crazy. Fragrance. If I ever start a line of perfume, it'd be called Fragrance by Juan. But it turns out the fragrance was probably ketosis mixed with just an overall lack of hygiene, because the bitch basically just stayed in bed all day praying. And she did die. But she died reeking of medieval BO, and so it was just starvation. She probably was sneaking snacks when there weren't people, staking out her bedroom, and then, but not many, not enough to sustain her for 24 hours. So
I always thought the Victorian age would be fairly romantic in a sense if you were to go back in time and go to it, but like in the reality of it all, it's just like powder and perfume. It would be just
pubic lice and powder. But lots of hot sex. I was reading, I don't know if I ever talked about this on the show, but there's so much to the Victorian era. It's a fascinating era. And, that was like sort of the golden age of ghost stories. So this came up in some of my research for the Halloween show, my hosting bits. The sheet ghosts, the whole classic 2 eye holes cut out of a sheet. That actually comes from the Victorian era. I probably talked about this on the show years ago, like when they used to just wind a body in what they called the winding sheet or the burial shroud. And unless you were rich or famous or powerful, you just got buried in that burial shroud right into the ground, oftentimes in
without a coffin,
like a pauper's grave. Yeah, of course.
The dirt.
And so in the Victorian age, when all these ghost stories got going, these theories, these stories were written that the dead rose from the grave covered in their burial shroud. That's how we got the sheet ghosts, which is a pretty demented way to get to something as cutesy as the sheet ghost, because now you usually see it as something fairly cutified in a cartoony way. But I don't remember why I got going down this tale. Oh, when I was reading about all this, I was discovering the sexual kinks of the Victorian age. You know, it was very repressed in a lot of ways, but I think that so many of the Victorians kind of got off on that secret, dirty sex, that like scandalous sex, like, oh, we really aren't supposed to be doing this. And one of the things that was fairly common in the homes of rich Victorian people, especially if they entertained and they had a lot of guests staying over, is they would put in little cubby holes where they could spy on every room. And if they couldn't like just open it up and look into the room, there were tunnels carved into, or connected, like all these tubes, like the original Bose wave radio, of all these pipes and chambers that would resonate sound, so you could listen from 3 or 4 rooms away to what was going on, way before you could just order a fucking hidden camera smoke alarm on Amazon for $30. But this is what they were doing. They were spying on each other and whacking off and having sex, watching other people have sex. And it was a very common thing in the Victorian age. Interesting fucking era, man. Where are we at?
I can see why you're obsessed with that era. Right?
I have a lot of respect for the Victorians. Hang on, I gotta see what my tenants are doing right now. Well, no, I don't hear anything coming down the pipe.
A little spy hole.
Shouldn't joke about that. It's too easy in this fucking day and age. I mean, it's no joke that $50 to go online and get a spy thing is nothing. You can get high definition cameras that no one is ever going to see. It's fucking terrifying. Like something could be watching us in our home. Did we talk about how the Ring cameras got hacked into?
Yes.
Did we talk about that on the show? I don't remember.
I don't think we talked about it on the show. But...
Man, that is...
I thought we did.
Well, maybe we did, but that's a pretty fucking scary thing. I mean, we all have devices in our... I'm working on a show. I know I've said this like 8 times now, about a next level thing concerning government espionage and all these devices and how it ties into like the dead internet theory. Maybe next time we get together for that. It's just, there's a lot to get through and I want to take my time with it, but holy shit, man.
I heard a story about a guy that God, I don't know how to really like mold this story or whatever, but the gist of it is these the kids found out like their stepdad was gay. Mm-hmm. Because they used their Bluetooth speaker, and what they did is they paired it up to whatever he was using. I'm like, just say like it was an iPad or something like that. So he was like watching gay porn on an iPad. What they did is they linked the Bluetooth to the iPad, and they're hearing butt sex going on, mm-hmm. And that's how they kind of figured it out. But I don't know. I just think it's funny because like the world we live in, I mean, dude, like I got like quite a few neighbors around me, and I'm sure like they could just with Bluetooth and wire, less stuff. They could
listen to your gay sex, Lyle.
I don't have any sex, Chris. That just doesn't happen.
Well,
unfortunately,
I accidentally,
it's quiet
I let my tenants use my Wi-Fi, so every now and again when I do switch a Bluetooth thing, I see an option to log into their TV, and I've always wanted to try it and just fuck with them and just see what's, because they're friends of mine, of course. But I think you have to, like, it'll probably just pop something on, like some so-and-so's trying to, because I haven't done it in so long with my own devices. It's not like it's just going to fire up. But then on one of my old TVs, it does just fire up. As long as you select it, it fires up. I guess it would depend on if they have a password or something set up on it. I don't know. I'll have to try it one of these times. Now, before we wrap up my food stuff here, I do want to share a recipe. Now, this is a cocktail.
I have one too. But...
Oh, good. Yeah, well, let's get to all the recipes, and then maybe that'll end where we're at here. Although we're only going to do one longish one, so I think we got a bit. But this is a recipe for a drink that I sold at Radar Station. Now, I didn't invent this drink, but this was a slight modification from a few different recipes I found online. This is called the Headless Horseman, and it is a highball drink. So get yourself a highball glass and some ice. You're going to need some vodka, Angostura, some orange juice, preferably nice and sweet, ginger ale, or ginger beer. I prefer ginger ale. I tried it both ways. And an orange slice and a big fat sprig. This is the key of rosemary. So, you 2 ounces of vodka. Our drinks didn't fuck around at Radar Station. 2 full ounces of vodka, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, 1 ounce of sweet orange juice. I say sweet because there's no simple syrup in this. It's not a super sweet drink, but so I think most people are going to want it a little more on the sweet side than I made it. So you're going to want it, since it's only 1 ounce of orange juice, more on the sweet side than the bitter. 3 ounces of ginger ale, an orange slice, and a rosemary sprig to garnish. Now, before you shove that big fat garnish of rosemary into your ice, give a few gentle smacks around the rim of the glass, releasing some of the oils, and then you'll get a little bit of that bitterness on the flavor before you head down into the sweet citrusy treat. It tastes like autumn and Christmas all at the same time because the pininess, the spruciness of that rosemary resonates nicely. It's a
drink.
Crowd pleaser, yeah. I had a couple of friends that used to come to Radar Station. It wasn't one of our more popular drinks, but I kept it on the menu because the 2 friends that would come get it always would get between 5 and 8 of them.
Wow.
And keep in mind, these were 2 ounces of vodka per drink. And of course, you want to fill up that highball glass with ice right before you add the rosemary. Give it a good stir. Really refreshing, tasty drink. Lau, what's your recipe you want to share with us?
Well, it's not really so much a recipe, or it is to the steps of taking the steps for the first time to actually deep fry a turkey. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty valid for the most part. It's going to sound a little weird at first, but just ride with us. Well, typically when you fry a turkey, you basically have to have a propane tank with a burner and a big pot, right? Your big pot is, big enough to hold a turkey, obviously, and more, right? So what you do is you make sure that the turkey it doesn't matter if it's frozen or not. What you're going to do is leave it in the wrapper, stick it in the big, we're going to call it column, I guess. Stick it in there, and what you do is you fill it up with water up to the point where you want the oil to boil at, and then you use a Sharpie, like a black Sharpie, and you make a mark on it on the inside. Pull your turkey out, obviously, set it aside, do whatever you're going to do with it, brine it, do whatever. Dump the water out. Make sure you get all the water out of it. Dry it out with a towel. And then you could fill it with that remaining of oil, the measurement of the oil that you dumped, or the water that you dumped out to the oil ratio. So when you see, this is the big deal. What happens is, and it happened to a buddy of mine like 10 years ago. He burned down his fucking house. Yeah. He was on the back porch and he had it all set up, and he thought, because he was over at our house. We used to do it every year for Thanksgiving and even Christmas. And so he's so, he's used to it. So he'd figured to try it by himself. And he was drinking, I guess, didn't really think about it too much, and he had too much oil in there. So when he dumped the bird in, you always go really slow because it'll start boiling, as you're dropping it in. And just
I've seen these videos.
Yeah, super slow. What happened with him is that he had too much oil in, so the oil came over the top and then caught on the burners, man, and it was done. It was over. That thing fucking burnt his house down within a half hour. It was done. So that's why you make that mark, and you allow yourself a certain amount of room, the oil, so it just stays down the whole bird's under the oil, but you don't want it even close to that top edge. You want it at least 3 or 4 inches down below. But if you do that and you prep that way, dude, you'll have a perfect bird every time. And it's like a half an hour for a fucking 10-pound bird.
That's the thing. It's the reason people keep burning their houses down accidentally is because a deep fried turkey is so fucking good. Oh man, it's kind of like the best way to have it.
It's delicious. It's so
I don't
good
think I've
because
ever had one.
Oh, you're crazy. You gotta go. You have to try it.
I'm making my second ever turkey this year. I'm pretty proud.
I don't think I've ever made one.
I prefer to use a smoker, to be honest with you. I like to spatchcock my bird.
Yeah,
what I'll do is
I'll watch a video about spatchcocking, and then I learned about.
I bet you fuckers did.
That's the best way to cook them.
I bet your neighbor accidentally overheard it on Blue Fight.
Spatchcock that bird. So
That's gay spatchcocking, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just doing mine in the oven, but I got a brine kit, and I'm pretty excited about it, and a rub.
There you
I
go.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting weird. Let's see.
Turkey's a
Let's try.
beast. It is a beast to cook,
Yeah.
no matter how you do it.
I prefer to do mine on a Traeger. I like to smoke mine.
A smoked
And what
turkey's
I'll do
pretty
is I'll-
good.
So okay, guys. Spatchcocking is when you cut the breastbone out, right, and then you break the back, so the bird sits
snippity
completely
snap.
flat. So
Give me a little
the bird
spatchcock.
Snippity snap.
so the
snap,
bird
snappity
sits
cat,
flat. It cooks evenly and faster, right? So if you had a whole bird and you threw it in a smoker, it's going to take a lot of time because it's got a hollow cavity to sit there to heat up and cook through too. You know, it's way easier if you spatchcock and lay them flat. They'll cook more evenly. It doesn't dry out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's the difference between
You never want your
I think,
spatchcock to dry out. It's the rule number one.
between cooking in an oven and cooking in a smoker. The big difference is how moist the bird is. Because I've ate some really dry fucking bird coming out of an oven. You know,
Yeah, a
versus
lot of
like
it
a
is. I
smoker.
think most of us just kind of tolerate a dry turkey. My thing is,
but since Chris doesn't know, I just want to because Chris
go
doesn't know. When you deep fry a bird, it just instantly cavitates the outside, right? And it heats it. And so like all those juices, every bit of juice in that bird is in that bird. So once you pull it out and you go start carving it, oh my goodness.
but
dude.
also the most deliciously crispy outside. You could only get with deep frying.
Oh yes. Oh,
It's a special
you got to
thing.
do it at least.
It's worth burning
Yeah.
your house down.
Yeah, at least.
Almost. Well, almost.
Just make sure you got your insurance paid out.
Almost. Here's the thing. Every time I have ever done Thanksgiving dinner, and it's only been a couple of times, it's like a Friendsgiving thing. And we did a Big Lebowski Thanksgiving at the radar station. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do all the other shit totally classic Thanksgiving. Make all the tasty taters, the cranberry sauce, the stuffing. Had other people helping, doing some classic dishes. I went to Costco and got 3 whole roasted chickens. Like, the rotisserie chickens that are all cooked, ready to go.
Already done.
Went and got
those are
them,
nice.
sliced them up, put them on a platter, and it said, "This is our turkey." Everyone went fucking crazy over it, and I have had people tell me, ever since then, we do a roast chicken for Thanksgiving because it's just like it never occurred to us how similar chicken is in flavor in terms of like it going with all the other things, the cranberry sauce, and chicken goes with anything. But I think, my mouth's water. I'm getting hungry now. But it's so much more juicy and it's easier to cook. It's more manageable. You get a couple, but I didn't cook anything for that one. I just went and got some of those delicious Costco fucking rotisserie chickens. Everyone went crazy over it. You cut it up, you carve it up like a turkey. Oh, that wasn't a problem for us because we had White Russians.
Right? You're partying all night. It don't matter. Fuck sleep.
That was so much fucking fun. It was a costume contest. I miss Radar Station on some levels.
I'm sure you do.
All right.
I was just thinking about when me and you were building the radar station, the stage at your house. I was thinking about that when I was in the hospital. I was like, yeah, I remember that.
I think about that a lot. Yeah, that was the beginning of it all. Chris?
Where is it now?
Ray gun stage, most of it I dismantled and it went to the dump. I have the sign is hanging over my record collection, so I have remnants of it. I kept all the signage and stuff from Radar. I'm sentimental about stuff like that.
For sure.
John Mark, did you have one more quick one?
Yeah. So aside from the whole yogurt extravaganza, so chicken wings. Speaking of chicken, right? So, Ron, you have had my chicken wings before, and
I've
what's
had
your
the John
opinion?
Mark chicken wing experience. Truthfully, I was never a big chicken wing guy unless they were boneless. And I know that may sound stupid to some of y'all, but I wasn't a big nibble it off the bone. It seemed like a lot of work to do. But then I can confirm that John Mark knows his chicken wienery. He came over to my house and bought it was like frozen chicken wings, right? Or maybe not frozen, but just like raw chicken wings all out on it. And was like, oh yeah, people do this. They just go get a bunch of chicken wings. For some reason, it hadn't occurred to me that you just go buy a bunch of chicken wings.
I want to
chicken
have
wings
the
was
John
not-
Mark chicken wing experience. I'm
Oh,
fucking
man.
jealous.
He figured it out. They just come out all tender and crispy and juicy. All right, yeah, let's lay it on us, John Mark.
So here's what I usually do. So you can usually find either
Slower.
any okay at any
You really leaned in there.
at most grocery stores you can find prepackaged party wings is what they call them, right?
Okay,
And so that the party wings
Yeah.
is the chicken wings already chopped up and into like the drumettes and the flats,
Yeah.
and you have like a hopefully an equal distribution of both of those types of the chicken wings.
Are you drumette or flat? What you pro?
I like both.
Hmm.
I want an even distribution of both.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got to see this.
So
oh, man.
so here's the thing: is that sometimes like I will go to Whole Foods and I'll say, "Give me like tonight." I said, "Give me 2 pounds of your party wings," because they have like the air dried party wings already chopped up for you. And sometimes they give you a nice even distribution. Sometimes it's like all fucking drumettes. I'm like, where's my fucking flats, motherfucker? Anyways, so you go and you get, let's say 2 pounds of, is this like for 2 or 3 people? You get 2 pounds of the party wings. So what you do, this is what I do. So you lay them out. You get your cookie pan or whatever, and
Baking sheet.
Your baking sheet, and you put your oh my god. Okay. So
Lube.
okay. So yes, you put your tinfoil down, and I use like it's like the butter flavored Pam to kind of like lube lube.
Okay. I enjoy how much fun John Mark's having. The most into the podcast he's been in years.
to lube your aluminum foil. Anyways, so then you just like lay them all out. So what I do is I like to do like, this may sound like OCD, and maybe it is. I don't fucking know. You do like one drumette, one flat, one drumette, one flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, aesthetically pleasing.
That sounds like science to me.
Exactly. And so then once you get your wings all laid out, you sprinkle a little bit of salt over the top, and then a little bit of black pepper, and then a little bit of curry powder. Okay, that's the key.
Oh.
And then, so you have your oven preheated to like, I do 425. Stick it in. Set your timer for 25 minutes, and then after 25 minutes, flip them all over, and then put them in for another 25 minutes. And then they should be perfectly like still juicy on the inside, but a little crispy and like kind of chewy on the outside. Yeah. And then I toss them with like Frank's Red Hot and maybe a little bit of dab of some like Hot Ones, like the Last Dab or something like that for like a little extra kick. But like just toss them with that, and then you have like perfect fucking wings. Like and like there's a lot of like different like people say like you should put like baking powder and corn starch and stuff, and let them sit for like like overnight or whatever in the fridge. It's like
people are weak, right?
I honestly I don't have like a big enough fridge to like do that and like try it out really, but I don't see that it's necessary, because like if you do the method that I just described, like you still get like kind of a crispy, kind of like a chewy crispy outside, and they're still like, I don't know. Anyways,
yeah,
that's the key.
One thing that I remembered about those wings, John Mark, was that they made noise when you bit into them. That was new. That was new. Without breading. Right. They were just like this perfect little flaky, crispy delectiveness to them. Yeah, they're very delicate yet hardy, and they turn you into an animal. Like I think that's one thing that's fun about eating anything off the bone, I guess, is just like this animalistic ritual of tearing into a thing. But yeah, can confirm it was delicious, and only a cheating spatchcock would need to add breading to their chicken wings, because these things were delicious right out the oven. Well, good shit. Well,
I'm trying to remember the specific rub I used to use on, because dude, I got compliments on everybody I've ever made it for. There's like, my God, what you use is pure maple syrup mixed with chipotle.
Chipotle.
And it
What was that
sounds
word?
chipotle. It's a spice. You make like a tablespoon per
Oh, my bad.
like a cup of like I splurge. I buy like $20 maple syrup from Canada and
Yeah.
use that shit, and you mix
Oh.
it together. And
I've
you
seen
use
that.
it as
I've never.
You just you paint it on the bird. I sent you a picture of what it looks like.
Is that
and
your
it-
bird? I thought you just. Is
Yeah.
that something? Oh fuck!
No,
Hey, Lau.
that's the
I'd
one I
fuck
was
with
telling you. I
that.
spatchcocks and
Yeah.
threw it. That's cooked in the Traeger.
Damn, man, that's a fucking nice
That's
looking
splendid.
bird.
But you see
Where
what
did-
the
where did you
ladle
send
in
this
there,
bird?
that cast iron ladle, that's what that is. It's a chipotle with
Ooh, that does
maple
look
syrup.
good.
You got
Yeah,
a
and you
mean
paint it on
spatchcock,
there.
Lau.
Oh my
Mean
God, you paint
spatchcock.
it. And you do season the bird. Don't get me wrong. You
There's a
season it
nice
with your
spatchcock.
normal seasoning,
Mhm.
but you spread that on with a brush and you just let it baste in that. Oh my God, what it is, it's real sweet, but it's got a bite to it. It's enough not to be too hot. Like your grandma could take a bite and still be good with
Yes,
it.
good.
But it's
What
a
about my
tang.
grandma? She's
It's
dead.
definitely it's got some heat to it. A little bit of heat and a little bit of sweet, dude. And I'm telling you what, that's gonna make you meat. Perfect.
I like it, man. I'm fucking here for it. Lau.
Fully spatchcocked. All right. Well, I had
Fully-
a whole
fully
shitload of
spatchcocked.
this, but I'm going to save a few of these. I think we can do another mini food episode closer to Christmas. But let me end on this little nugget, because I feel like this is a mildly uncomfortable fact that you could all bring up in front of the family this Thanksgiving dinner table. Truffles scientifically smell like sex. Now, I don't know
Go on.
exactly how to pronounce this, but truffles contain androstenone, a pheromone also present in human armpits and groins. And their
I seen
scent...
Astrodon play for fucking the band in the 90s
Mars Volta?
back.
Another scent resembles earthy sweat, musk, body heat, similar to that of humans at the peak of arousal or mid-coitus.
Wow.
We need to use the word coitus more often.
Coitus.
So coitus, or Sarah and I do a lot of, well, not a lot. We've
Coitus?
got a handful of cards. We're doing greeting cards. That'd be a funny one for Valentine's Day. So
Just
coitus,
coitus,
or
question mark?
dot dot dot. But and it says that's why they're considered arousing. We're biologically wired to notice them like skin. Yeah, that is a
I don't know.
situation. I don't know.
I like the other mushrooms you guys
Give
are talking
truffle
about.
a sniff and see if it. It's like, oh, I know that. Oh, I
Wait
know
a
them
second.
shits. All right.
What if magic mushrooms did that? Like, so like you got high on mushrooms, but then it smelled like sex. You'd be like all horned up every time you
Man,
were
I
tripping.
really we've been in the mood to do a little magic mushrooms. This magic mushroom. Not a lot. Just a mic. I'm a microdose guy these days. I ain't got fucking time to. I think it was, speaking of Wizard of Oz, I know I talked about it on the show. Probably right after it
necessarily
happened. But
microdose, but just like you don't need to take a heroic dose or anything. Just like enough to like,
I don't know. It's
make
just like
I have the power.
like once you've gone too far, it's like I won't.
That's where I want to be.
You're a He-Man dose. All right,
feeling
all
over there,
right,
Tony?
kings. I'm sorry that the pussy over here in the jester court is going to microdose, but I'll hand you your 5-pound bag of shrooms so that you can. I have the power. Chris, get inside
Take
the
that,
car. You're
Silicone.
naked.
Okay.
We all have to do shrooms together. It is a crime that
that'd be fun.
we've all
It's mandatory.
drank together. We've all been inebriated and elevated together, but we all need to do some shrooms. Just once. I'll do my microdose. You guys can do your fucking He-Man swinging the fucking stems like lightsabers out in the yard. And but I told you, like, I did a microdose
What was
of
that?
LSD at the Wizard of Oz performance down here at the PAC. It was the play, and my friend Marissa was what is it, Glenda, the Good Witch.
Glinda?
Is it Glenda? That coming down, and you know, in the movie, it's the bubble, like a little. So they had her like on a little swing, and I guess just like a big hula hoop type thing around it to make it look like it was this little. It was cute. It was this nice way of coming, but she was way up there in the fucking rafters. And I'm sitting there and like I don't know, 5th or 6th row. After already seeing some pretty trippy shit, I mean, it's the Wizard of Oz, and I was starting to shift into that next. Like I could feel it's that shifting phase, you know, and it's just like, okay, how far is it going to go? And then I look up and I see her floating down. I'm like, oh, she's high. And then it was like, I don't know if you guys are the same way with hallucinogens, but especially LSD, but there's this thing where
you pee.
Like when you hold your arm, like I remember the first time I did LSD, like I held my hand out to like turn on or off a light, and I felt like my hand was simultaneously right in front of my eyeballs and like 2 miles away. You know what I mean? It was like there was this spatial inconsistency,
unawareness.
Well, yeah, and I noticed that when things got further away, sometimes they looked like they were getting closer. That effect was happening with her coming down. It looked like she was going higher and higher, and I'm like, no, she's going too high. I thought that, but
you were the one too high.
Judging
Rob.
from the 9 people sitting around me that turned and looked at me, no, I didn't think that. I said that out loud. I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of here. It was like, I think I'm done with acid, and that was just like,
I can save her. I have the power.
Just clap her, take me to bed. Oh, I'm at home in my bed. I can get naked.
The thing about LSD is that it's like really key about like setting, right? Set and setting.
That's what I thought the magic would be.
Is very key. Like where it's like, I don't know. I think LSD really need to be like ensconced in your place or like in a place, either in nature, where. You have a very, a pretty good idea that you're totally safe, right? Like, and like not being in public and like not wandering around is a pretty good idea.
Surrounded by munchkins and witches and wizards.
I did.
Ask me how I know.
We all know.
Well, let's move on to some weird trivia, shall we?
Downtown Seattle. When you get the construction field.
Wait, what?
Oh, John Mark's story about him frying on acid downtown Seattle and that construction.
It was at Gasworks Park.
No, didn't you watch someone die?
No, nobody died. So this was like, okay, so I'll tell the story.
Yeah.
This was probably 1991-ish. So there was a whole bunch of us that took acid, and we ended up walking down. So we were all in the U district in Seattle. We ended up walking down to Gasworks Park. There was one person that was with us that was totally sober. So anyways, so we all walked down there, and we're just kind of like hanging out at like Gasworks Park at night, and there was some people not associated with our group. There's a different group of people down there who were just like down there doing shit, and they had climbed the fence into the gasworks, like structures proper, and were climbing around in there and stuff. A couple of my friends had also climbed the fence and went in there, but they weren't climbing around as intensely as these other people were, but they were inside. You know,
My God,
the
I'm just remembering where the story goes. Holy
they were
fuck.
Yeah.
they were
Right.
inside the perimeter, right? And so like I was just kind of like hanging out, you know, with a couple of people that we were with, and just kind of like, you know, bullshitting as you do. And then I heard some people like you know, kind of yelling some stuff. Hey, how's it going over there? Like, I'm gonna come over there. And then it was like, I'm gonna come over there. It's like, oh, and then like I heard like bing, bang, bong, bong,
Ting.
bong,
Oof.
thud, and then it was like it was like dead silent for like
Still
what
coming?
what seemed like an eternity, right? It was probably like 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and then I was like, I heard like a like that.
Like a what? I couldn't hear anything.
Get closer. Ooh, I liked it better when I didn't hear it.
And that was the sound of the guy that just fell like fucking 50 to 70 feet and hit the
On
fucking
every
dirt.
fucking metal piece on the way down.
Just reminds me of that
And-
scene in
wind out of him.
Titanic where the bow goes up and the guy's just clanging off every fucking...
Boom.
That was the sound of the air going back into his lungs.
Bro.
And
Oh
Wow.
man.
and I was, dude, like I was high as fucking shit. Like this is like one of the highest fucking
I can't handle this.
I've been on LSD ever, and I was just like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I
And-
don't have the power.
I was convinced that it was one of my roommates at the time, because he was one of the people that had went in there. I was convinced that it was him that had fallen. Right? I was like, "Holy shit! How am I going to tell his parents about this?" Right? And anyways, so like that's what we heard, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then like a few seconds later, like we saw these like it was like flashlights like converging on the situation. And I have a vague memory. I don't know if this is real or not, like because I was, like I said, I was high as shit, but I feel like I saw like the dude that had fallen, like all these the flashlights converging on him, and like I think I may have seen his bones sticking out of his leg, but I'm not sure.
Mhm.
And then like right about that time, the guy that I was roommates with and my other friend like popped back over the fence and like, "Holy shit, dude, did you see that?" And I was like, yes I did. And they were like,
Take
fuck.
me
And I was like,
home.
I was just so relieved that it wasn't my roommate that had fucking fallen to half his death. And and then like we were just like, "What's going on?" Like, "Oh, I don't know, that's this dude fucking, he just like fell," and he was just like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and then
And he
the
went bong bong
guy
and ding to ding and bong bong again and then ding.
the guy that was with us that was totally sober was like, "Hey, I just went and called," you know, like he just like ran to a payphone, because this was pre-cell phones, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
he's like, I just went and ran to the payphone and I called the 911 or whatever. And then there was like, I think it was like his sister or something who was with us. She was like, "Okay, everybody, we gotta go. Let's go. We gotta get out of here." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Okay." So we all just like started like walking away from the situation. And it was really fucked up. But apparently that guy did not die. He survived. And I saw him at Beth's Cafe like a year or two later.
Oh, that's
He was walking
right.
with a cane.
I bet it
And shit.
was.
Oh.
He's walking with a cane and shit, but he did not die. And apparently he had like a whole bunch of other shit that had happened to him, like crazy shit like that, where he was being studied by doctors and scientists at the UW for like why he wasn't fucking dead yet. Like, why did you not die from this shit? You
Yeah.
know? So it's a fucking crazy story. But anyways, yeah.
Oh, man.
And like I just
Do you-
remember
are you
like
still
we
in
were like
contact with
walking.
him? Like,
What's
did
that?
you ever even know him, or did you just recognize him? Like,
No.
so
Like,
you don't have
no,
his
I was just
contact.
like,
You don't even know his name.
like, no, it's like, hey, that's the guy who fell off Gasworks
Yeah,
that night.
gotcha.
He was like, oh shit. And like we were walking back to my friend's house after that incident, and we were walking under like the I-5, like I think they call it the Ship Canal Bridge, right? Like the I-5
Yeah.
corridor, like
Uh-huh.
there. And I we were looking up, and I looked up, and I was like I'm like thinking about heights and falling and stuff, and like I looked at this guy that I was with, and I was like, and we looked at each other. He was just like, the sounds, man.
Yeah.
Clink,
The guy falling. It was just like, I will never fucking forget that shit. It was, yeah.
Well,
it was fucking crazy.
somebody just fell off that exact same structure, and I think it was a kid, right? Like it was a young person anyway, and they died.
And he
Like,
died.
that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
That shit is no joke, man.
It's crazy that you're still able to just get up and climb on that motherfucking thing. It's like rusty.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like 30 years later, it's like, how are people still able to get in there and do that shit? You know, like,
I don't know. I thought I read that they were making changes or something, like where people couldn't get in there.
Well, I think you're not supposed to, but they haven't made it impossible. They need to make it impossible is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, the ladder, once you're up there, the ladders and the steps, it's just it's a utilitarian structure.
it seems like there's still like you say, ladders and like things like that where you can still get in there and climb up.
I mean, this happened just a few weeks ago.
They need to get that shit all like cut off there, like, so it's like there's no way you can climb up on top of it, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm not a city planner, so
no, not your problem.
Not your problem, bro.
All right. Well, on that note, should we take a quick little recess, come back and wrap it up with some news? Weird. Why do I always want to say news quiz? I feel like it's been weird trivia way more years than it was ever news quiz, but it's still in the back of my noggin.
You can take the Ron out of the space pod, but you can't take the space pod out of the Ron.
It's weird trivia with Christopher F. Hahn, a man from Florida, poop things, square shit in nature. Don't get me started on the goddamn brown herring. It's weird trivia that might get Christopher fired.
Let's get down to it here. Donald Trump's in the news. Shocker. I know. This time for something weirder than normal. It's been reported that Donald Trump has personally pressed the heads at Paramount Pictures to make a sequel to one of his favorite movies. What movie is Don telling the heads at a major studio that a lot of people would like to see, and they should get working on it? Which one is it? Is it A, Weekend at Bernie's 3?
The Joe Biden story.
Is it B, Home Alone 3?
Okay.
Is it C, National Treasure 3?
All right.
Or is it D, Rush Hour 4?
What a kooky bunch of movies. All right.
Yeah. Ronster.
Well, he was in Home Alone. He was in one of the Home Alones, yeah? Was he in all these other movies?
I don't think he was. Maybe.
I have no idea what movies Trump likes. But, so I guess I just have to go for the new Home Alone. 'Cause he was in that movie.
Yeah, correct, yeah. All right,
Seems like
John
you want
Mark.
to see another movie that he was in.
what was the last one?
A funny thing to do
Rush
as a
Hour
president.
4.
Oh, wait, is there a picture to go along with this?
No, I sent a picture. You're going to Rush Hour 4. That's for a question coming up. All right, John Mark's going with Rush Hour 4.
So we got the Home Alone 1,
Home Alone. No. Well, only if they're going
Only
back
if
in
they're
time.
prequels.
Lyle.
Sequences. Come on.
Home Alone prequel.
Yeah, I guess no.
then Kevin
He wants
gets
a sequel to
conceived.
one of these. A sequel, so he'd want either Home Alone 3, Weekend at Bernie's 3, National Treasure 3, or Rush Hour 4.
Damn. I think it's the what was the second one?
Home Alone 3, Weekend
What
at
was
Bernie's 3.
Okay, Weekend at Bernie's. I think it's Weekend at Bernie's.
I thought
I
they
can
had
see
a
it.
Home Alone 3. But
I think they had the fourth one was they already made.
of Lethal Weapon?
National Treasures 3. No, and the Natural Treasures 3.
I don't know if I've seen the sequel, but I love movies like National Treasure.
Oh, they're
like,
good. The first two
Is
are
there a
great.
3?
Like
There's one now. That's
well,
great. Yeah. I've seen it on Disney.
I'm
Recently.
looking it up. Treasure movies.
they're not necessarily good movies, but I love movies about like
I like the mystery. of-
solving
and
riddles,
history.
like Indiana Jones, Da Vinci
Goddamn,
Code, like
wow.
Oh, God,
Tomb
the
Raider,
best.
even like
Uh,
digging for treasure.
Just want more Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Uh,
It's you can
Well-
you can admit it.
Yeah. that's the best
Lyle's
stuff, though.
Lyle's roasted me on that one. There is actually National Treasure 3.
Yeah, I
Well
like
done,
Red
Lyle.
Dead.
Well fucking done,
It's like,
bitch.
I don't know what
Star
I'm
Wars.
watching after
Yeah, you
this
guys do.
program.
I had the power.
Oh.
I have the power.
Well,
Jeeves, show me National Treasure 3. Oh, thank Christ. I would gladly raise the dome.
The plot is unknown at this time, and it's all still a bit of a mystery. So, is it? Is there a National Treasure 3? We can't say.
I love treasure.
all right. I love this question.
treasure. Oh, it's only the best of treasures.
Let it be, boo.
The
Super big
goldest
deal.
treasure that ever
We know
treasured.
about big deal. Did you guys see the picture though of him blowing Bill that's going around? It's not. It doesn't show anything. It's just
Yeah,
got
that's
Bill, he's
AI.
three-
All that
It's-
shit's AI.
it's-
everybody.
all
That's what everybody
fucking-
says too. Yeah, it's generated.
Well, it is.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's got a stamp mark that makes it look official, back to the date and everything else, and it looks like Bill younger and Trump younger, but like it's been ran through shitloads of AI, and they said that every one of them confirms.
It's,
It makes me sad.
it's the smartest and
Yeah.
dumbest era all at once.
Isn't it?
You know, it's only going to get worse. Anyway,
All right. Question
Sorry.
2. It's okay. Dream Warriors director Chuck Russell recently said he'd love to return to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. He also said bringing back Robert Englund would be his goal, but if he passed on it, he would love to cast this person as Freddy, saying he'd take the franchise in a bold new direction. Who would he like to cast as Freddy Krueger? Was it A, Michael Keaton?
I would fucking love to see Michael Keaton's turn as Freddy Krueger.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, if you
Would be
take some of the behaviorisms, or is that a word? Behaviorisms, mannerisms, I guess.
Sure. Why
of
isn't it?
Beetlejuice and Batman,
Yeah.
and put him, skew him a
Put
little
them
bit. He
together.
could be Freddy.
Throw a little Mr. Mom in there, whatever.
Mr. Mom is an underrated classic.
Sprinkle of Mr. Mom and you're fucking Freddy. Okay, how about this? B, Willem Dafoe.
Mr. Freddy's mom. Willem Dafoe can play any goddamn thing. Did you guys ever watch The Lighthouse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, that movie is weird and mesmerizing, but holy shit, he is fucking... That face and his voice and just... Willem Dafoe can do anything. He'd be a good Freddy.
Yeah. Is it C, Bill Skarsgård?
Wow, this is a good list already. Lyle, you'd know his face. And I think most
Pennywise.
people know his face.
He's the most recent Pennywise the Clown
Okay.
He's been...
from It.
Yeah,
he's been.
I wouldn't tell you his face.
I've been watching that. Have you guys been watching the Barry thing?
No,
my
I'm
God,
waiting
let's
for it
talk-
to
So
to
good.
get
It's
a few in the
fucking
can.
good.
I've heard it's good. But, you know,
Well, I
it's the
tried
same
telling
thing.
you
I
like a
can't
couple
get into a
months ago.
thing 3 episodes into it because shit disappears now. And I'm like,
I get it.
shit
Yeah.
gets fucking canceled, bruh.
I got one more name for you on this list. D, Jim Carrey.
Interesting. By the way,
Yeah.
before we move on, Poker Face just got canceled. Case in point. Great fucking show.
Yeah.
One of the coolest, most kooky shows. It's like Columbo meets fucking Sopranos. Like it's an ultra violent Columbo. It's fucking great.
But they might
Sometimes
be
it's
bringing
hard
it.
to.
Cancel.
But they might be bringing it back
Yeah,
though.
maybe.
Oh, but with
I'm
a
just
different
saying-
person.
Yeah, they're
Did
not.
you hear that?
It's not a
Peter
guarantee that it's
Dinklage.
going to be.
Peter
Yeah.
Dinklage is going to replace.
I could see, like, I would be interested. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
you changed. I could see it because I would be interested in it too, but I can't see it. I can't see Peter Dinklage taking over. What's that? What's her name? Leonie.
Natasha.
Natasha Leon.
Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's.
I'm excited for
she's
Stranger
so
Things,
unique.
man. It's days
I think
away.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
I
days
think it's
away.
tomorrow.
I hate that
Yeah,
they're
it's gonna
breaking
be
it up
good.
into two, but whatever. We're getting more.
Well, you know, it's funny because they're actually milking it on a lot of weird ways that I've never seen. They're actually doing a huge guitar thing right now. I'm trying to remember the maker of the guitars. But
Yeah, I
it's
saw
the
that.
same guitar. Is it Kramer's? No, it's not Kramer.
Well, it wasn't a
they're
take on the
making-
Master of Puppets thing, right?
Well, yeah, the guitar that's in the show. You know,
Isn't that a Charvel
rock-
Jackson?
It's not a Charvel Jackson. It's something else. It's like a Kramer or something like that.
And
But,
Kramer.
That's not the point. The guitar itself that's hanging in his trailer, they're making a spoof of it, and they're basically just remaking that specific guitar and selling it right now. And there's something else too. I can't remember. Besides the Metallica thing.
BC Rich.
Oh, BC Rich, that's it. I was thinking. I knew it was Kramer, like 80s, like fucking either a Kramer or a
Yeah,
fucking
well,
BC
that was
Rich.
all fucking legit. Anywho, okay, Chris. We
Would
know
be
the
fresh
story.
there.
Which one of these people are going to replace Freddy in the upcoming?
If the maker of the Dream Warriors director Chuck Russell said he'd come back and do another Freddy movie, but you want one of these people to take on the role of Freddy. He thinks he'd take on the franchise in a bold new direction.
Okay.
So who did he suggest? Was it Michael Keaton, Willem Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård, or Jim Carrey?
Amazing list. So well done. I got to go with Michael Keaton just because that is, I think, they could all do it. We've seen Jim Carrey be a creep and obviously morph literally into another creature. But I'm going to go with Michael
Grinch or
Keaton because I would like to see it, and I think if you made that up, it's worth chasing.
Okay. John Mark.
Mr. Mom Herring.
I'm really torn between Michael Keaton and Willem Dafoe. Mostly.
I couldn't think.
Yeah, Willem would be an incredible
But
Freddy.
But I think I'm gonna take the Ron Herring and go with Michael Keaton.
Interesting. Lyle.
That's what I'm rooting for.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, I could see that. I don't know who William Dafoe is by name. Like, I had to look him up.
What?
Yeah, I could.
Excuse me.
He was the Green
What?
Goblin in
Excuse me?
Spider-Man.
You apologize.
He was
I have
Jesus in
things
the
my
Temptation.
brain
of
that-
Willem Dafoe can play any goddamn thing. What would you say is his biggest film, though?
My favorite film.
He's more of a character
Spider-Man.
actor than a leading man.
Not Spider.
Spider-Man. He's Green Goblin, man.
I would
dude,
say. I mean,
like,
that's the meme.
literally every fucking. Okay,
There's
so
been a couple good
Platoon.
like
I
Netflix
mean,
movies.
Wild
that's
at
been
Heart.
Recently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
but
on, like
well, most
so
people,
many things.
most people don't know Wild at Heart.
everything he's in, man. Come on.
But what would be his biggest movie? Like he's one of those people. He's like a Bruce Campbell.
I don't know.
He's
I don't
either
know,
a
dude.
small character in big movies or
But,
a
like
big character
everything
in
he's
small
series.
movies.
in, everything he's in has been fucking incredible. So
There's
I
probably
don't even know
something
if I know
obvious
the
that we're
movie.
missing.
I'm gonna go with Jim Carrey though. By the way,
Most notable roles include Platoon, Last Temptation of Christ,
American Psycho.
and Green Goblin.
Yeah.
All right. I know it's been a bit, guys. And Lyle, I sure as shit wish your rig was set up because we got a fucking Florida Daily Dubs here.
There we go. Who needs a rig?
The
Lord blessed him with
fucking
one.
nailed it. We'll just do it live, acoustic.
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
Yeah.
Doing it live.
That's good.
How many people actually get that fucking reference?
Bill O'Reilly, right?
Just go
Is
look
that right?
up Bill O'Reilly will do it live.
Yeah.
Fucking
Fuck it, we'll do it
hilarious. Yeah.
Man.
What a cunt. What a
Did you ever-
fucking cunt.
was it?
Anyway.
Did you ever hear was it Casey Kasem one? Where he has a fucking meltdown too, similar to that. Oh my god, I gotta get it for you at some point.
Well,
Is Bill on the phone? You put him on right now. He's just like demanding shit like that.
Let
It's
me
like
pull it up and we'll
fucking
play
incredible.
it when we're done with News Quiz. I'll have it ready.
It's so good. Casey Kasem meltdown. It's so fucking good. All right, Florida Daily Dubs here. I sent you guys a photo. This is the person that we're going to be talking about. A female firefighter in Florida was charged with stalking her boyfriend after he dumped her for another woman, and she put this on his lawn in the middle of the night in retaliation. You're looking for the right one. I made 3 other ones up. What did she put on his lawn in the middle of the night? Was it A, posters she had printed from screenshots of their homemade sex tapes?
I'd be cool with that. I got techniques.
Was it B, 75 possibly used tampons?
I'd be cool with that.
Dude,
I got
gotta
techniques.
save them. What? You don't recycle those.
Possibly used. Okay. These are the kinds of things where I look more forward to your made-up answers than the actual true
What do you
ones.
do with that many? I mean, like, what do you tell people? Like, you're saving it to make a down jacket or something? You know, like,
There's an
know.
art installation in there somewhere.
Sure.
That's coming. Was it C, 500 condoms full of blood and other unidentifiable substances?
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Unidentifiable.
Unidentifiable.
A lot of syllables. Unidentifiable. The fragrance was unidentifiable.
That's one hell of
I
a
bet
party.
you don't get to make. I still think
500 balloons.
fragrance is
Fragrance.
more mockable
500
than
condoms full of
unidentifiable.
blood and other unidentifiable substances.
Fueguences?
Yeah. Christ.
Or was it D, a 40-pound mound of dead rotting fish arranged into a shape of a heart?
Oh, okay.
Again, charged with stalking after she was dumped for another woman and did this in the middle of the night to his lawn. Was it A, posters she had printed from screenshots of their homemade sex tapes just right into the lawn? Was it B, dumped 75 possibly used tampons? C, she dumped 500 condoms full of blood and other unidentifiable substances? Or D, a big old mound of rotting fish in the shape of a heart?
Well,
2 points.
here
love?
is
For
my
love.
thinking here. I don't know that Christopher F. Hart is ever going to go fish unless he absolutely has to.
Oh, man.
So, and it's not just a fish; it's a fish
I've been going
and
to
a
therapy,
heart.
Ron. You don't know.
I've been working through some shit. That's the only reason. It's all pure guess, but I'm gonna go with
So you-
heart-shaped pile of dead fish.
Nice. All right.
I mean, that's like a twofer for you, therapy-wise. Heart and fish. Heart and fish. Out on my lawn, I got a stocking, bitch. I probably should get myself a shotgun. Okay.
John Mark.
Okay,
we lost
so I remember the fish and the posters. What were the other
Condoms.
two?
Tampons, sex tapes. Oh wait, you got that one. Condoms.
Right.
Kiwi in it. Kiwi.
500 condoms filled with blood and other assorted fucking body fluid. Seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's fucking work.
That's
Oh man, let me
Seems
tell
like
you,
some work,
stalkers will put in the fucking work. That is
well,
one
you
thing
know,
that is they
you're
will
not
do
wrong.
the work.
I'm gonna go with A.
It's homemade sex tape screenshots. Solid.
Yep.
Yeah, because you think
It'd be funny if he had a tiny wiener.
It's at this point, it's not about love anymore because it's over, and it's right now. I guess it would be about jealousy, either jealousy or trying to get him back. Like as a fuck you thing. It's not to get him back.
Yeah.
So,
Get back
like
at
the-
them. Yeah.
I would think the sex tape thing
Revenge.
wouldn't really. That's the hey, I don't think that's gonna be beneficial for that. The tampon thing I could kind of see as a revengeful thing, but like, why would you have that many? That's pretty nasty.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
Heavy flow, Lau.
that's
Heavy
just bad
flow.
on your. That's just bad on yourself. That's probably why you left. That's probably why you left in the first place. Fucking clean up your shit. Throw it away.
Oh my God, Lyle.
That
Jesus
shit, you know?
fuck.
So the condoms and the blood
what did he
thing,
say? Should I
seems
edit
a
that
little-
out? Sometimes I have to edit Lyle out.
It seems a little
I wasn't paying attention. What I
I
missed.
don't know.
Ron?
Yes,
that
I'll
seems
pay
a little
attention.
over-excessive with the condoms. So I think I'm gonna go with the fish, the heart-shaped fish, because
light
it's
up
kind of
the
like a
joint for
fuck
this.
you. It's kind
Yeah.
of like a fuck you, but
Mhm.
it's from the heart,
Yeah.
right? Because it's the shape of a heart.
Lyle, you went a
And-
little
and-
quiet
and-
there.
and it's closure, and that way they could both move on, right?
Did Lyle go quiet to you guys? A little bit?
A little bit, perhaps.
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna put you down for the fish, Lyle.
Heart-shaped fish.
All right. Let's move on to the final question. And boy, is it gonna be a crowd pleaser here. Just a moment here. I'm gonna light this because you're gonna like this.
Yeah, I'm going to need a light.
All right.
Too.
All right, Kanye West is back in the fucking news, guys. Good news. In a recent TikTok video about fashion, he abruptly turns to the camera and tells the audience that he regrets this. What does he regret? Just suddenly, what he blurt out? Is it A, participating in life? Is it B, being the most talented man on the planet?
I'm gonna let you talk about this, but yeah.
Is it C, he regrets ever having to wear shoes that weren't designed by himself? Or
Nice.
is it D, he regrets feeling betrayed by Curious George?
Good shit.
What does he regret?
I cannot tell a lie. I know the answer to this. So how do you want to play?
Okay,
You
I'm
want
gonna
me
make
to
you
go
go last. I'll
last,
make you
or
go last,
we can
yeah.
even do it when you're reading the answers back.
That's fine. I'll just give it to you then.
Okay.
John Mark.
I think Curious George.
Okay. Lyle.
I honestly think it's probably his shoes.
Okay.
You know,
Mm.
because
Mhm.
like when you dude, there's something about having like a really nice pair of fucking shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, bar none, is probably the
Yeah.
best thing that you could wear, right? I'm not talking
Especially
like
ones that are
overpaying
9
for-
times too large
Yeah.
for your foot.
over a nice fitting shirt. You
Yeah.
know, because you're on your feet all the time.
He should
your
really.
feet, your
He
feet
makes
need love, too.
He makes Yeezys, right? That's his shoe.
Yeah. So I bet
Their
you like,
slogan should be "Just Jew it."
all right.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the shoe. Man.
Edit that, Ron. Maybe that was too much.
No,
too spicy.
it's not too much because I'm gonna add to that when we're done with all this. Remind me to add to that because I know the
Okay.
reason I know the answer to this is because I've been listening to some other podcasts. But let's wrap up before we get into
So,
that.
if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here, but I think you won the last two Weird Trivs.
Did I?
Runster.
Okay.
I think you performed. Maybe John Mark won.
I feel
the
like
last
I've
one, but I
won.
think-
I've won a few. I don't know if it was the
you've
last
done-
two,
You've
but
been, you've
yeah.
been on a bit of a streak, so I don't know if the king's still in the house tonight.
Okay.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump thinks a lot of people would really like to see a Rush Hour 4. His favorite cop buddy is fucking Rush Hour.
Is that the one
Yeah,
where it's like, can you understand the words out of my mouth? Is
Yeah.
that
Do
that
you
one?
understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Jackie Chan.
probably really
What's the other guy? Am I thinking of the right?
It's
Is it?
Chris Rock, right? No, Chris Tucker. All right, Dream Warriors director Chuck Russell recently said he'd love to return to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. He said he would love to cast this person to take the franchise in kind of a bold new direction. And he was talking about Jim Carrey. He said he thinks
shit.
he'd make a great Freddy. And I think I'd fucking watch it. I'd see what that looked like for sure. I'd fuck with that.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah,
that Jim Carrey can do anything just like any of these other. I think all those actors could do it. And all of those actors have done many different kinds of
would like
roles.
to-
Like I said, we've
I
seen
would
Jim
really like
Carrey
to
as
see
dark
that.
characters. The Cable Guy was fucking creepy, man. And we know that he's sort of he's a method actor from the stories we've heard from the Andy Kaufman
The Riddler.
movie.
Yeah.
when he was playing the Riddler.
Yeah, the Riddler's probably the closest to.
I mean,
Freddy.
some of the dramatic roles he's done, like Eternal
Also,
Sunshine of the
the-
Spotless Mind.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be good.
Yeah,
Awesome, I think.
and he got shit out of a fucking rhino. Like, what a career! Like, if you're really
Range.
gonna lay out somebody's fucking career, Tom Hanks, I guess to some degree, from like complete screwball comedy to the most like Oscar award-winning features.
Your war movies, yeah.
Jim Carrey's right up there with it in terms of range and scope of what he has done and what he can do. Yeah, I'd be here for that.
Okay. That gives John Mark a point there. Lyle and John Mark, I believe, are 1-1 here. Is that right?
Yeah, not looking good for the Ronster.
Not looking good
Although
so
we got
far.
a twofer coming up.
We do. Which brings us to the twofer. Daily Dubs here. A female firefighter in Florida was charged with stalking her boyfriend after she dumped 75 possibly used tampons on his lawn
Damn it.
in the middle of the night.
I'm toast.
Nobody went for that one.
I'm toast.
The
She must have like
brownish,
went to
Could be a
reddish
tie.
hairy.
the bar and
Could be a tie. Was there any more to the story?
I didn't have any more. I didn't need therapy.
I'd like an arrest
No, I
at some point.
Yeah. I mean, she was arrested. I think that was her mugshot I sent
Okay.
over.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
didn't
first
see
she
the
was arrested
mugshot.
for stalking. Yeah. All right, Kanye West. He's back, bitches, but he's got regrets,
oh. I'm
particularly right now. Monster, go ahead.
Still, I'm still in it. Sorry, I spoiled it. Unless I don't remember the other guys going with it, but let's hear it out.
Oh yeah, nobody else did. He regrets participating in life.
Yeah.
Which,
What a strange thing to say, man. What a strange
strange
man and a
fucking
strange life.
sad. Have it all, lose it all.
So are we at a tie here?
you are at a motherfucking tie. Let me pull up my little
Interesting.
tiebreaker sheet and pull something fun here.
Well, it should be a tiebreaker for an epic tomfoodery show. Do you got a food-related tiebreaker you can give us?
Let's see. No, not that.
No,
Not
you
that.
don't have to.
Open up a text message to me, guys. Solo, straight to me. And I want you to tell me in feet and inches how tall is Flea?
In feet and inches, how tall is Flea? Oh, whew. Okay. Dude, yeah.
Okay, John Marks. I have John Marks as well. Oh my gosh, fascinating. Okay. We're gonna go John Marks sent over
Loser to
5
winner.
foot 1 inch.
5'1". Okay.
Ronster
Sure.
sent over 5'4".
He had to get his nickname somehow.
Lyle sent over 5'6". Actual retail price on the height of Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is 5'6". Lyle,
Oh,
Who did that?
damn it.
Nailed it.
Nice job.
nailed it. Still a pretty
Nice.
tiny guy.
Yeah.
No, I assumed the lead singer's like 6 foot, probably 2, right?
I think
Yeah.
Anthony Kiedis is like 5'11" or 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Man,
he's
I
not-
read that.
He's
He's
average.
pretty tall. He's very he's been blessed with a very athletic build and shit his whole life for
Yeah,
destroying his
yeah,
body
true.
over and over again.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
he never towers over anybody.
No.
No. But he doesn't. He's not small either. He's not a little
Interesting.
guy.
Yeah. Well, good
think
game,
little-
guys.
Yeah.
And
Little guy, I always
Lyle,
think
you're
of-
back on top, baby. King's returned.
Woo.
The king has
Whoa.
returned.
Fuck yeah.
all right.
Well, before I forget, the reason that I knew that Kanye answers because I've been listening to, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Candace Owens. She's kind of a right-wing, you could safely say right-wing nut job. And in recent years, especially right-wing, but she's going through a phase, man. And
She's doing some weird stuff.
she was really close with Charlie Kirk. And she's going down this
Dark rabbit hole.
rabbit hole of the thing with the Charlie Kirk thing is like no matter what you believe, most of us aren't buying the official story, at least note for note. Shit isn't adding up. There's all these weird things. And so she kept popping up on my TikTok, like just little snippets. And I'm like, what? And I knew a little about Candace Owens. And it's important to preface things in the proper frame, because Candace Owens is, first of all, she's a dinosaur denier. I don't know if she's a full-on Holocaust denier, but she's definitely a Holocaust diminisher. She believes that, transgender people are mentally ill. She has these things that I certainly don't agree with, and I'm not looking to align any of my beliefs with Candace Owens. But she has been going down this rabbit hole of looking into the Charlie Kirk thing, and a lot of it's coming back to Israel in her research, in her opinion, and a lot of other people have. Tucker Carlson has. A lot of these conservative pundits have started to turn against Israel, and there's pretty clear proof that Charlie Kirk himself was starting, a former diehard supporter of Israel, was starting to turn against Israel, and he was starting to talk about how this shit against Gaza is not correct, and that he was starting to get shade from not only his fellow right-wing pundits. He was starting to feel afraid for his life, and she has text messages between the two of them. They were really close. They were friends. There's a lot of eye-rolling stuff, but there's a lot of, just because you disagree with somebody on 15 things doesn't mean that 16th thing doesn't have some merit. No one knows. The thing about that's really interesting that's happening right now is like people like Candace and people like Tucker and even people like Nick fucking Fuentes are like, they're splitting. There's this big division on the right. And a lot of it is, are you on Team Israel or are you not on Team Israel? Let's get on out of here. But before we do, I got to hear this Casey Kasem thing. I got it queued up. And by the way, Chris, do you remember when we talked about Casey Kasem? When he died, there was like a big... Do you remember the weirdness? Like he was kidnapped by his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend or his wife or something. He ended up in a house not far away from where Chris lives. It was in Silverdale, I think. How far away from is that from you, Chris?
11 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was his daughter and his ex-wife were battling like fucking tooth and nail. And his daughter, I can't remember if it was his daughter or his ex-wife.
I can't remember what it was either, but it was weird.
Away. Oh, it was bad, dude. It was a huge fucking It
was a sad, weird ending to this dude's life. But let's listen to this. I don't know anything about this, but it says Casey Kasem's profane radio meltdown. All right.
This Sunday afternoon at 1, right here on the radio station you grew up with.
Did you guys hear that?
Radio 138.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What the hell's going on here? Jeez, Mark, isn't it the last hour? We got another hour to do? Jeez, I thought we were almost finished. Good golly, Molly. Boy, this is fucking ponderous, man.
I thought we were almost finished.
Fucking ponderous.
Ponderous.
This is Casey Kasem. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay?
I need to hear the Snuggles.
Please.
Sniggy.
This just sounds like me when I'm trying to record shit.
Numbers, man. It's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. They do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but God damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone?
Get Don on the phone.
I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. And I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week.
I'm with him.
For the last goddamn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
Okay, he got a little mean there at the end, but now I think we got to really end with Bill O'Reilly, because he was just straight up being mean to. Okay, this is about as long.
That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but... Now, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play
Where's
us
the
out.
fucking words?
What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
For credits.
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean?
It's like to play.
End the show?
Background music.
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
His face.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
Oh, they cut it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking thing sucks.
In
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
I love the video. You could see him like
And then
ripping
it
his
cuts
shit
out
off and stuff.
because you don't hear the audio. He's ripping off his jacket, throwing his mic down, and screaming.
God.
I gotta go, guys. Good night.
All right. Good night, y'all. Have a
Good night.
happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to y'all
Gobble,
soon. Bye.
Gobble, gobble.
Love you all.
Yeah. Turns out the fragrance was the fragrance.
Go on about the fragrance.
The fragrance. Let me tell you about the fragrance, gang.
Can you tell us about the fragrance?
No, guys, this is crazy. You gotta
Such
listen.
dicks.
You gotta listen to this. This is crazy. No, you have absolutely every right to call me out on
You're
crazy
self-attacked.
fragrance.